Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I was thinking we can talk about the next feminine seductive archetype of the kind of series I've created so far. And I thought it would be super interesting to talk about the Ingenue. And just a heads up, if I pronounce Ingenue wrong, I'm so sorry. But I will be dissecting the Ingenue, what it means to be one, and I will be using Anya Taylor Joy as an example of an ingenue. Firstly, if you're not aware of who Anya Taylor Joy is, she's an actress. She's very much known for being in the Queens Gambit, which is very good, by the way. And she's been in movies like Emma, The Menu, and currently she's in Dune too. I just want to firstly explain what it means to be an ingenue and have that type of energy. So, firstly, it's one of the seductive archetypes that Aisha K. Fines created, and the ingenue is described as somebody that has a very innocent energy, but it's also very much mixed with a sensual appeal. So you might be one of those people who makes other people want to protect you and take care of you, but they're also so attracted to you, and there's just something sensual about you that kind of makes people gravitate towards you. Especially men like that type of energy. Somebody that seems so innocent, but at the same time has this type of sensual side that they can't shake off. That's very much an ingenue type of energy. And once I start explaining about this ingenue, you will hear that it's very similar to the maiden energy. So there's a lot of things that the maiden has that the ingenue seem to have as well. And that is explained as the maiden and the lover archetype are both archetypes that live within the ingenue. So that's why you will see a lot of those traits are very much described kind of intertwined with each other would be the best way to describe it. So be prepared for that. Firstly, an ingenue has a very innocent charm with them. When you think of an ingenue, think of somebody that you know that has this just innocent aura with them. It just seems that they're so easy to talk to. They haven't been affected by all of the darkness of the world, kind of. And they just seem to have such a charming side to them that is very much described as innocent. And when I think of Anya Taylor Joy, she just has these striking big doll eyes that are so innocent, but they still grab you in because they look so interesting, so beautiful. And that is something an ingenue does. Whenever she walks into a room, there's just something about her that makes people so gravitated to her. And that is that natural charm that mixed with innocence, because usually when you think of innocence and sensuality as the same thing, it is so different to each other. Because when you think of a sensual person, you wouldn't really classify them as the word innocent as well. So it is kind of like a contradictory thing to be. And I feel like that is what Anya has as well. A quote that she said once was, "I feel something really intensely, and the intensity of my emotions is a blessing and a curse." And I think that describes the ingenue very well. They are innocent, but at the same time, they have these strong emotions, and to them, it can be a blessing and it can be a curse. But it is whatever you decide to do with your emotions, I feel like. So an ingenue can definitely take control of that and make it to their benefit and really just a strength as well. So I find that to be very interesting. And it brings me to my next point, which is that an ingenue is a paradox. If you find yourself being very contradictory, you always have these new sides to yourself, you surprise other people, you surprise yourself, you are kind of a paradox. And that is what an ingenue is. She surprises herself, she surprises others, and she kind of is so many things in one and isn't necessarily trying to be just one thing, but embraces all of the other parts of herself as well. Sometimes you might be open and spontaneous, and you don't mind not being understood. And I think that's in such an ingenue type of energy, because they are curious, they want to try new things, and they as well want to just understand themselves. That's their goal. So Anya Taylor Joy once said, I'm an extroverted introvert. And I think for obvious reasons, the extroverted side of me gets a lot of time to play, and I need to make space for my introverted pixie. And that is kind of how you would describe an ingenue. They are this paradox. They can seem like this extremely extroverted, confident person, but once they go into their inner world, they prefer to be introverted. They prefer to be in their own mind and just think and relax. So if you find yourself to be this ever challenging paradox, then you might look into the ingenue archetype and find yourself really relate to that. So it is really interesting in that way. And another thing about the ingenue is they dare to be themselves, and they really love being different. The ingenue is so unique, as I said before, because they're so innocent, but at the same time have this natural, sensual appeal to them. And that is to be different, because most people are easy to just put into boxes, and people are usually easy to figure out. But an ingenue is not like that at all. She's everlasting, changing, evolving, and she is surprising to so many people. And to be that type of person with other people, it can be very, very different, and it can be unusual as well. So for an ingenue to be so unusual, they have to be able to be okay with the fact that they're so different. And actually, they should embrace it, because to be different makes you unique. You have these new perspectives that other people might not have had before, and you can contribute with so much new things because you're so different with your thinking. And one time, Anya Taylor Joy said, I consider myself an artist, and so working is not really work for me. I'm not acting on set. If I'm not acting on set, I'm writing poetry, or I'm doing something else that's creative. Creativity is my way of being able to exist on this planet. So I think that is her kind of trying to embrace being different, and that she loves being different and expressing that through art. That is kind of where she finds her peace, her inner peace at least. And I think if we all just embrace our uniqueness and what makes us us, and put that into our work maybe, or put that into whatever we're passionate about, it can be art or it can be something else creative, I think it really can make us tap into that ingenue energy and be proud of it as well. It's so easy to be encouraged to just be just like everybody else, because that is what society has taught us to be. You have to be like everybody else. You have to not stick out of the group, or else society won't know how to handle you. But that is not our job as well to be. You should be yourself, because everyone, I truly believe, has this one unique quality of themselves, and if they're able to participate that in the world, I think we can really progress as well, because everyone has something to offer, and an ingenue knows that. She knows there's something everyone has to offer. She knows that I have something to offer, something interesting, and I'm going to put that into the world, and this is who I am, and it makes me different from other people, and it should be embraced, and it should be loved. And that's what an ingenue thinks. And it is kind of innocent to think that as well, which brings me back to my first point about the innocent charm they have. But it is this type of mindset that you would see in somebody that's very young, or even in children. They just want to be themselves and not scared to be that part of themselves. And I love that Anya brings that point up about constantly wanting to put this creativity and work on it, because creativity makes us more interested in the unique parts of ourselves. So, and the next thing is that you're naturally sensual, and people are attracted to that. And I think it comes from the fact that you might not have walls up, and that makes people more gravitated towards you. If you meet somebody and they're not warm or welcoming, most people won't be attracted to that initially, because people want somebody that seems warm and kind and sweet because it makes them feel comfortable to be around you, comfortable to open up to you. It is kind of like getting a warm hug. Who would ever say no to that? And that is the type of energy an ingenue just naturally exudes. Most of them won't even find that to be a difficult thing to be. But for the rest of us that might not be an ingenue, it takes time to be open, and it takes time to show warmth to other people, especially if you've been hurt in the past. It's definitely going to be more of a challenge for you to open that part of yourself. But I think it is something beautiful because it opens up new opportunities to learn, explore, even love. So I think that is something we can take from the ingenue 100%. And I just want to bring up these quotes that Anya Taylor Joy has said once before that is related to this. And firstly, she says, I think it's something that has to come from you. I don't think it's something that you can rely on other people to constantly validate you for. You have to believe that you are worthy. And I think that goes back to being so confident in your own ability to be naturally sensual, naturally warm. It is something within you, and it is something within everybody. I just think as more we grow older, we become just more we just become more stoic, and we don't really care, or we do care but we pretend not to care, and we can become more cold as a result of all of the hardships we've probably had in our lives. But life is too short to be so stoic. There's so many things to be excited about and feel open about, and it should be something we should all strive for. And I will leave you with another quote that I really love that Anya Taylor Joy brought up, which is, why would you let a stranger's opinion of you ruin your whole day? I've done it. It's awful. You have to live in the now. You have to live in the present. And I think that is such a beautiful and a very wise quote to live by. So if there's anything you took away from the Ingenue archetype or Anya Taylor Joy in this video, I hope it's this. Never let external circumstances change who you are on the inside. Be yourself, love yourself, and also just tap into whatever archetype feels the most comfortable to you to tap into. And by doing all of this and focusing on the present as well, you'll be able to see how much you're going to flourish into whatever archetype you wish to be. So I hope you guys really enjoyed my video. Please let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share as well. I would love to hear what you guys' thoughts are. And I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead. Take care and bye.